Imagine for a second the moment your fund's trust fractures. That sharp, cold crack running through years of sweat, sleepless nights, and relentless decisions. It's not just money that's at stake, it's your reputation, your career, your identity. When that trust shatters, it feels like you're standing on the edge of a chasm, staring into an abyss that threatens to swallow everything you've built. The weight of doubt isn't just external, it seeps inside, gnawing away at your confidence, your sense of purpose. Every handshake, every meeting, every pitch now carries a shadow, a question mark that you can't shake off. This isn't an abstract fear. This is raw reality for general partners who've faced missteps, some small, some glaring, but all echoing in the ears of the investors you depend on. When trust dissolves, your fund's lifeblood slows, dries up. Limited partners start pulling back. Deals become harder. Team morale drops as the doubt spreads like wildfire. People begin to wonder, can we still believe in this leadership? Are we safe? Is the future as bright as promised? And then comes the isolation. The lonely fight to reclaim what seems irrevocably lost while the world watches, waiting for the fall. Yet here's the brutal truth. Losing trust isn't the end. In fact, it's the fire that forges the strongest steel, if you know how to use it. It's the ultimate test, the crucible that will either burn you away or crystallize your power into something unbreakable. The question isn't, can you fix it? The question is, will you face the mess with brutal honesty and ruthless action, or retreat into excuses, blinding everyone, including yourself? The first brutal step is confronting the terror head-on. No shields, no lies, no sugarcoating. What broke the trust? Was it a misaligned strategy, missed expectations, a communication breakdown, or something darker, a failure of integrity, over-promising, under-delivering? Identify the fracture points, the places where cracks appeared and were ignored until they became landslides. You can't fix shadows if you don't bring them into the light. This step alone separates the true leaders from the pretenders. Investors see through half-truths instantly. They smell weakness masked as bravado from a mile away. The stakes are too high for anything less than radical transparency. Once you grasp what shattered trust, you don't just say sorry and hope for the best. That's the kind of empty apology that deepens the scars. Instead, you own every misstep, fully and publicly. No blame shifting, no vague promises. Accountability isn't just a line in a speech. It's the foundation for rebuilding any respect or belief. Own it so fiercely that your investors know you are different from the herd of generic operators scrambling for scraps. This radical ownership flips the entire narrative, from someone who lost control to someone who's rewiring the entire system to regain it stronger. But ownership isn't enough either. You must then act fast and smart. Don't get paralyzed waiting for perfect fixes. Investors want to see momentum, not excuses. Identify specific, measurable moves that will restore confidence. Tighten fund governance. Bring in independent advisors if trust in decision-making wavers. Open the books like never before. Show your partners exactly where every dollar is and will be going, what risks you're cutting, and how you're changing the trajectory from here on. It isn't about micromanaging or losing authority. It's about demonstrating control and respect by making your investors collaborators, not victims. Communication is your weapon, your armor, your lifeline. For every step you take, broadcast it relentlessly. Regular updates, transparent reports, candid talks. Investors crave insight, not spin. They want to be part of your revival story, but only if you speak in a human voice, clear, honest, and vulnerable where needed. Trust wasn't just lost because of numbers. It's about connection. Rebuild that connection by showing investors you see them, you hear them, and you need them, not as wallets, but as partners in a vision bigger than any drama. Then there's the hardest part, realigning your team. Often, broken trust infects the whole ecosystem. Doubt within your partners, senior team, and portfolio companies spreads faster than wildfire. Your people must become your most powerful allies in restoration. If they aren't convinced, If they're dragging their feet or clinging to old excuses, you risk collapsing from the inside out. So, lead with brutal clarity. Reassess, reshuffle, even remove those who no longer align with the new vision or can't embrace accountability. Your fund's survival depends on fierce loyalty to purpose, to truth. Anything less is poison. Now imagine the other side of this storm, the power of transformation that's waiting once you step through it. When trust is restored not as a shadow of past glory, but as a new foundation carved from flame and grit. Investors, now witnesses of your radical renewal, rally behind you with renewed energy. Deals come easier because your credibility speaks louder than any pitch deck. Talent wants to join your fund because you're no longer just another silent gatekeeper, but a leader who's dared to face failure headfirst and emerge stronger. You become a magnet, not just a manager. This fierce rebirth touches everything: your mindset, your network, your impact. You learn to not just manage expectations, but redefine them on your terms. You build a culture where scary conversations happen early, where risks are transparent and mitigated before they explode. Every investor meeting becomes an opportunity to deepen trust, not drill into wounds. At this level, thriving isn't about avoiding failure. It's about harnessing it, learning fast, and moving like a predator that knows the terrain intimately and strikes with precision. It's easy to settle for the shallow comfort of conformity, but that leads nowhere. The general partners who truly dominate their game reject complacency and embrace discomfort because they know that's where real power lives. The ones who refuse to be boxed in by the system, who break the rules, not just to rebel, but to invent something new and extraordinary. Losing trust is a brutal, lonely place, but also a powerful doorway. Walk through it fully armed with truth, ownership, action, and connection, and you don't just survive, you become untouchable. So whatever your fund's current crisis looks like, remember this: no trust shattered stays broken forever, not unless you let it. The choice is yours. Hide behind excuses and lose not only your investors, but your legacy, or stand naked under the spotlight, own the scar, and lead a transformation that will tell a story years from now about what it really means to fight, to rise, to become more than just a general partner. Because real trust, that unbreakable bond, isn't handed to you. It's earned over and over, especially when everything seems lost. And when you regain it, that's when the true freedom starts. The freedom to redefine the rules, to build the rare connections others only dream of, to become not just a manager, but a beacon for the few who dare to rewrite the future.